Back again, obviously. Last time we saw you, it was a tough time for you. Just wondering how your rehab went and what that was kind of like working through this summer.
Yeah, I feel good. Feel really good going into camp. So glad I'm in good shape, and I'm feeling good going into the season.
Was there a point this summer where things kind of really started turning the corner for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you get better as the weeks go on. So rehabbing went well, and I feel good.
Your first impressions of a practice under Sheldon Keefe and maybe what he's really preaching to this group?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good skate, pretty up tempo, and we have a shorter camp because of Prague. So um, we were kind of buzzing through some things, but it was good.
How big is the sense of responsibility from everyone individually to sort of right this ship again?
Yeah, I think today was day one, so it was a good day, and we got a lot of new guys, so definitely a fresh start.
And when you look at sort of the way the roster was, put together by Fitzy, what do you sort of like about some of the changes that have been made?
Yeah, I think we added a lot of guys that were in the playoffs last year that probably have a lot of playoff hockey under their belt, and guys that come from winning teams and cultures. So definitely we have a good group in there, and we're looking forward to getting together and working on our game.
Jack, was it tough coming to day one knowing Dawson wasn't going to be here?
Not really. I mean, obviously he's a great guy, and like it is different, but we're all hoping he's gonna get his deal done and meet us and be ready to go for Prague. So I think we had enough to worry about today, but I think we all really love Doss as a guy and a player, and we're hoping he can make it here in the next few days.
Just what your initial reaction was when you learned that your brother had suffered that injury?
Yeah, just disappointing with like how his summer was going, and he was having a really good summer of training, so just pretty awkward, and he'll be up and running here in a few weeks.
Do you see benefits, Jack, starting the season in Prague as a team? It's just so many new guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I haven't really done that whole thing before, but definitely when you have a lot of new faces, it'll be good to maybe spend some time with just the guys at the beginning, and should be a lot of fun for our European guys. The fact that they don't really get to play in front of their family much, so I think that's a pretty cool aspect for at least us North Americans that have that opportunity.
Was there any specific message that Sheldon brought to the team prior to you guys going out on the ice? Something he wanted to see with the team? Obviously, he was bag skating you early on, but
yeah, I think probably just pace and getting up and down the ice. But yeah, it's day one. It was a good start, and I'm sure we'll dive into things deeper as the camp goes on.
Have you thought about it all when you get to Prague and you look at the other bench? It's going to be Lindy behind that bench, and how that might feel.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the schedule, it's almost like the league made that up because we played the Leafs, I think, our first game back. Yeah. So obviously the Buffalo things just happened by chance, but Lindy was always really good to me, so I think we wish him success in Buffalo.
Can you give us a look at last year? Is there an element that you say can't happen this year? I mean, I know there are injuries and what have you, but is there something that you think that team didn't do last year that you can't repeat?
Just there's a lot of things, and I think we're looking to just clean up our game and be maybe a more simple team and not trying to outscore our problems. So I think there's a lot of things to learn from, and like I said, a lot of new faces and new coaching staff. So it's a whole new start, I'd say.
Was there one thing of those things that really stood out to you?
I don't think so. I mean, it's day one. I think we'll break things down.
Last year.
Last year? Yeah, I mean, we were brutal, so there's probably a lot of things that went down. But, I mean, we're into the new year now, and we're not really looking back at, what happened. I think we're excited with the group we have and the opportunity we have in front of us.
Can you give us an idea what your off-season training was like, Jack, to get back to where you are?
Yeah, I mean, when you don't make playoffs, you have a lot of time. So first, you're pretty much rehabbing right away, and then getting in the gym and then get on the ice. So it was nice for me to be able to get that done and have a lot of confidence in my body, and I was lucky to get through 2 years with it. You know, when it happened the first time, my third year. So that was lucky, and then now I'm feeling really good going into this year.
On the cover of NHL 25, how special was that with your brothers?
Yeah, like you said, really special to do it with Quinn and Luke. So definitely something that's a great honor and something I was really looking forward to.
Frame it at your house.
Eventually, yeah.
To get in that first practice after a long summer, how did that feel to officially be on the ice there?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, this is a day we all been waiting for, since April to get back, and it looked like everybody had a good summer and came in great shape. So, fun to finally get started and have a hard work day together.
And what's it like for you to get that first day yourself with this team, with everybody?
No, it's good. Obviously, today wasn't much talking or much, just more between skates and in the morning, but it was tough and a lot of pace and fast practice, so it was good. It was a great first day and something to build on.
Obviously in the last couple of weeks there have been captain skates, a lot of guys. What does that mean to you as a new guy coming in here and seeing so many guys committed so early to what's going to get going?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously me and my family came here early as well, and wanted to come here and skate and meet everyone, and obviously not come in and have 30 new faces and kind of slowly settle in and meet the trainers and the equipment guys and all the coaches. So it's been a good month, but I think for the last week or 10 days I've been anxious to get this going.
Jacob, what are some of the challenges as a goalie coming over to a new team? Is it learning a system? Obviously, your job is to stop the puck, which you have to do.
Easy, right?
but what are those other challenges coming over to a new team?
Yeah, I mean, it's I feel like just kind of the how the game is and how the game, the D goalie, from the exchange to kind of how everybody moves in the system we play, and I think it's a great time to be here and watch a lot of video, and we do a lot of drills where it's structure and actually how we want to play, and but it's pretty similar across the league, but it's more that it's new faces, and you get everybody's getting comfortable with each other, and the communication and all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to touch on, but I think we got a head start.
What kind of benefits are there starting the season overseas in Prague? I mean, obviously you guys will be together there. What kind of benefits can that bring to the team?
I don't know. I think we got a few new guys, myself included, and it's I feel like when you're on the road, it's you go for dinners together and you get to know each other on a different level than when you're at home, and everybody got family and wife and girlfriends or whatnot, and it's you don't spend as much time outside the rink as you do on the road. So I feel like that's a positive for sure.
Have you ever been to Prague?
I have, yeah. It's close to Sweden, so it's play some hockey.
Do you like it there?
I don't know. It was a long time ago but I looked like the rink was in pretty good shape there, World Championship. So I'm excited to head over there. We got a few Czechs on the team, so I'm sure they are extra excited.
Hey, Jacob, can you take us through how you develop a relationship with your goalie coach? How that works?
Just spending time together. I mean, on and off the ice. I feel like that's how any other relationship are being built. It's spending time together, and I think Rogi done a good job and really been there for me, and answering every question I have, and then also him learning about me, and he's very curious and wanna pick my brain how I think think the game and think about pretty much everything in life.
Jacob, how much does all that uncertainty from last season being behind you help you both on and off the ice and help your focus?
No, it's good. I mean, it was, it is what it is. It's a business at the end of the day, but, I'm excited. We're here now, and I'm looking forward, and I, obviously can't wait for October 4th and 5th, but, especially October 10th when I get to skate out, in front of the home crowd. I'm super pumped about that.
You and Jake Allen have been in the league for a long time. Now teammates, what are you looking forward to in that relationship as a goalie tandem?
I feel everything. I think we've been following each other from playing against each other in the under-18 World Championship, and same draft and all that stuff. I've been in the league pretty much the same time. I've been in the minors, so we have very similar paths. So I think we can learn a lot from each other and push each other. And so far he's a great guy, and I usually get along with my partner. So I'm excited to learn from him.
Is there anything in particular that you sense Coach Keefe has kind of stressed this first day?
I mean, it's day one, but for sure, the pace of play and speed and to do things fast and not just wait for things to happen or kind of half-ass it. He wants the pace and he wants the quickness and he wants us to play hard, and I feel like that what you saw from Toronto when he's been coaching before.
There's only 4 games here for the preseason. How many games do you like to get normally in a preseason to kind of feel like you're at your game?
However many Keefe wants to give me, that's up to him, and I'm sure me and Rogie will talk, but I'm excited to play games and throw that jersey on.
Talk about sort of adapting as a new guy. Does it help that sort of everybody's going through this together for the first time with Keefe in terms of understanding what his expectations are, how he wants to play and all that?
A little bit, yeah. I think it's obviously, with the new coach, it's you don't walk into a system and, relationships and, how things have been in the past. It's kind of a lot of new things for everyone. So it's, we're all on the same page, and I think we all want to, we all want to achieve something together, and Coach Keefe included, and I think he's a great man for us to push us to do that.
First practice under Coach Keefe, just wondering your initial impressions of how it was and what his expectations are on a day in, day out basis.
Yeah, it was, I thought, from our group, great first day. He obviously set the tone right away. You could tell he has a vision and a way that he wants his team to play. Very clear on the communication, so I think that's great for everybody. And we were just super excited to step on the ice for the first time with him and get a practice in, and I thought we worked really well. So everything overall, I think great first day.
What was that vision, if you can explain a little bit? You said he's very clear on what his vision is.
Yeah, just the way we want to play, the team identity that we want to have, and what the goal is. The goal coming in every day, a certain way of attitude, a certain style that we want to have. So like I said, the presentation and everything, the meeting we had, everything was really clear on what we have to do to become a successful team.
How much do you guys feel a sense of responsibility heading into this year to get back to what you were before?
Well, everybody feels a big responsibility to do the best for this club, to put everything in, starting back in when we went home during the off season, do whatever you can to come back here in the best shape, physically and mentally, to hit the ground running right from day one.
And just how are you feeling? Obviously, what was your summer like, sort of, getting through your injury and all the rehab that you had to do?
It's definitely a busy summer with having surgery and then spending a lot of time on the rehab, but I was lucky that I was treated really well by the staff here, the people I was working with back home. They took great care of me. Obviously, it was a lot of work that I had to do to be back here 100%, but I'm just glad that's behind me and everything's feeling great and I can be out there and work with the guys.
What was some of that work, Timo, that you had to do during the off season?
Just rehab, getting the strength back and everything, and also being patient with the healing and give your body time. So it was kind of the first summer for me personally, actually, that I had to do such a long rehab. But it was also great for me mentally to kind of go through this and learn a lot out of it. So I'm really happy that the way it came out, and like I said, being back here and ready to work.
It's just day one, but you look at the board, you're next to Jack and Bratt. What were your initial thoughts on being lined up with those guys?
Yeah, it's day one. I think the lines. It's not, and I think this is it's going to stay like this. I hope, obviously, they're two great players and the skill they have, and every time you can step on the ice with them, they're doing incredible things with the puck and without the puck. So I just try to play my game next to them. Obviously, do the best I can for the team. I think that's what it comes down to, that everybody does what they do best and brings that to the team, and everybody knows his role and chips in the right way.
Timo, how much of the complexion of this team has changed given the people that Tom Fitzgerald has brought in this summer, starting with Markey and some of those defensemen as well?
Yeah, we got I think a little bit older guys coming in and with a lot of experience. I know Dilly that I play with in San Jose, same with Nason. All of these guys that came in, they're not just great hockey players, they're also great people, and you can tell right away from the day that they stepped in here that they fit in well, and just great guys to have on the team, great teammates. So I think if you look at the roster, we got a great team, but now it's up to us, up to everybody to play up to their full potential and do whatever they can in their hands to get better with the group every day.
You mentioned roles. You have a lot of different skills in your tool belt. What is the role that maybe you and Coach Keefe have spoken about on a one-on-one basis?
Yeah, it's just still early, so I think for the coaches, it's the new coach, it's time to get to know the guys too. And like I said, I think first impression, he's very clear on communicating, so everybody's going to know what they have to do to contribute to the team the right way. So I'm looking forward to obviously get to know him better too.
Having to get to know some new teammates here, do you see benefits to going to Prague, open the season, the team will be together, everyone will be together?
Yeah, you got to use it the right way. Going to Europe, there's also a lot of distraction when you go over there. It's a special experience for everybody, but you got to stay focused and know there's a task of 2 first season games that you have there, but use it the right way and make sure you use that time away from here in Europe, Prague. It's great to have the chemistry build early, so I think for us it's important that we find the right mix of creating that great chemistry early, but also knowing that there's a big task for us starting the season in Prague.
What's it like having Marky back there?
Yeah, he's great. Played against him a lot, so having him on my side now, it's awesome, and you can tell right away like he's very competitive in practice. He's ready. He came here ready and wanting to be successful with this group and wanting to win. So yeah, great overall first impression from him.
How many times have you been to Prague? Have you been to Prague?
I've played the season opener with San Jose actually there, so that was my first time to Prague too. So great city, but like I said, it's going to be important that we stay focused and ready.
Timo, the Devils bring Kevin LeBlanc here on a PTO. You played with him before. Just your initial thought on that happening and a little bit about him.
Yeah, awesome. Me and Kevin got to San Jose at the same time. We were actually roommates in San Jose, living together our first year, and then we were always roommates on the road. So we spend a lot of time together. So it's real nice that he gets a chance here to kind of show what he's capable of. And just really excited to see him in a Devils jersey here, competing for a spot, obviously.
And what can Devils fans expect from him as a player?
Yeah, he's offensively, he's a great player. He's got a great vision, absolute rocket of a shot that's very hard for goalies to track. So he's competitive, and I'm looking forward to seeing him battle out there.
Thanks. Had your first real practice under Coach Keefe. Your initial impressions of what he's setting as his expectations for your group?
It was good. Awesome day. Good practice, good pace. I thought the message was loud and clear even before the practice, what needs to be done, things to address, and things to work on, and what's going to be our main keys in our game and our identity. And I thought that was set right from the start of the practice day one. So awesome day, good practice, and getting ready for next practice.
What are some of those keys that he's really expressed wanting to see from you guys?
First of all, the skating. We got to be a extremely high-paced team. It doesn't just mean with the puck. It's without the puck. It's getting quick to strike. It's getting quick to come back to your D zone and tracking and forechecking. And I think that standard was set right from the bat.
Brett, what's the feeling in the locker room right now? I mean, it's like a chip on your shoulder after last season, coming back and maybe trying to prove that last year was the anomaly.
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole team and organization know what we're capable of, and obviously we know that last season didn't go as planned, but there's a new season now, and we got a lot of new guys who came in that also wants to prove that they can do better, and they can come in here and help this team move forward. So we got a really exciting group, and we got a motivated group in there to get this thing started.
What were some of your initial impressions on some of the new guys, namely Jacob Markstrom, big
goaltender there?
No, great players to bring in. We really brought in the type of pieces to the puzzle that this team really needed and what we were looking for, and especially on the depth side, I think we got some incredible players that's going to bring in a lot of depth and aggressiveness and physicality and speed and details to our team. And like you mentioned, Marky's going to be great for us. I know him from before, and he's an amazing guy in the locker room. I know he's a huge competitor. He's gonna battle out there every day. So a great guy to have, and excited to have him.
Is it tough to come into day one knowing that Dawson's not going to be here today?
Well, obviously we want him to be here. I mean, he's a huge part of our team and stuff. But at the same time, right now we have to focus on the guys who are in the room. We have to put our minds into having the best practice and best first day at camp that we possibly can do with our own performance. And we just hope that obviously that situation gets solved on their hand, so he can come in here and be with us.
You hear about it all the time, Jesper, but I think it might be imperative for this team to get off to a real good start in the month of October. Obviously, the Metro's going to be tough again this year. Talk a little bit about having the good start and starting the season in Prague and the benefits maybe of that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in a really, really hard division, and I mean the whole conference in general is a really tough one, and we're going to play some good teams. And obviously the start is important. We have a little bit of a different preseason this year when it comes to going to Prague, and everything has to move a little quicker, and that's why I think it's important that you really put everything you have into each practice and you get everything out of it that you possibly can to make guys comfortable into the system and everything to make sure that we are ready. And today was the first great step in that direction to make ourselves more comfortable in the system and the way we need to play.
There really appears to be obviously a sense of responsibility to get back to who you guys were as a team 2 years ago and improve on that even more. How do you sort of embrace what that responsibility means to you and making sure you can execute on it?
Obviously that's some of the pressure that we love. I mean, we want that. We all know what the feeling was in the locker room and on the ice when we had a good season 2 years ago. We made it to the playoff, made it to the second round, and it was kind of like that. We got a little sniff of what it's like being in a really successful team and organization. And I think all of us know that we're capable of going back there. We know that it's going to be a lot of hard work. There's going to be a lot of grinding games that we have to go through and stretches throughout the year. That's going to be tough, but I think that's what this group is motivated to get through and get over that hump and really establish ourselves as a really good team.
And then, obviously a new coach, he's going to have his own philosophy and way of doing things. Do you think that proves a big benefit for you guys as a whole? Because not only, the new coach, but so many new guys are kind of all learning it together. There's nothing that's old in a sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's great. I think it's good for Sheldon too to get a new fresh start in a new team. He's coming into an exciting team. We're excited to have him. I hope he's as excited as we are. It sounds like it. And we've got a great group of guys that are ready to work. We're ready to do this together, and it's going to be a fun year ahead, and we're ready to go into battle.
Have you ever been to Prague?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's a lovely city. Great place to be. The hockey culture there is amazing, and I spent some time at World Championships and junior national team tournaments there, and the crowd and the fans were always crazy over there. So it's going to be an exciting game. I hope for the same type of crowd as I've always had when I play there.
I was going to say, is it, obviously last time you were in Europe with the team, it was really disappointing, I'm sure, to get injured before that game. Is that even more exciting for you to sort of get that experience? Obviously it's not home in Sweden, but just that European experience.
Well, I'm still really excited. I mean, obviously having my family there on the spot to watch me and get to share that with them, but also start the season with the team going away can be important too. I've talked to Pally a lot about that, how they had it their first year when they won the Cup with Tampa. They went to Sweden and they really got to bond together a little bit more early on in the season. I think that can be a huge positive factor for our team to really come together, spend a little more extra time before the season starts together, and bond together.
Did he say that made a bit of a difference, Pally?
Yeah, no, he said it made a big difference there because they were going through because they went, I think, in November or something, and they had a tough stretch before that and to start the season, and he said that was really kind of the turning point for their whole team, and I think hopefully that gives us a little boost in the start of the season to get together, get to know each other a little better, and go to work.
Have you thought about it all when you look over at the other bench? It's going to be Lindy behind that bench, and how's that going to feel?
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to play against. I know he wants to beat us, and we know we want to beat him. So it'll be a good battle to start off the season the right way.
Paul, first session under your belt, just sort of, what are sort of the expectations that you realize that Coach Keefe is coming in here with for you guys as a group?
Well, it's high expectations. I mean, a lot of teams know that we're going to be a good team, and these guys last year didn't finish the way they wanted to. So there's, right off the bat, there's expectations no matter who's coming in. But, I mean, if you look at the depth that we think we have, it should be a pretty good team, and the expectations are high. So practices was high tempo, as boys were buzzing today, and so that, I mean, that should be like that every day.
What excites you about now being a part of this group?
It's awesome. It's a new start for me. It's a chance to show what I'm made of, and Vegas was awesome, and they put faith in me to draft me, and now the Devils have put faith in me at the player that I am now. So hopefully I can give back and show them that they were right. And it's a tight-knit group, so it makes that so much more exciting.
What's your first impression being on the ice with these guys?
It's awesome, and it's cool. I think a good thing about me is I like to keep it light in a way, right? You have to have fun with what you do, to an extent, right? I mean, everybody's working hard out there and getting their job done, but during that you can have fun, have some smiles, and I think that's what it's all about. And if we continue to do that and have fun with each other and give it our all, then it's going to be pretty tough stopping our team.
Drafted in 2018, how have you been able to maintain your consistency throughout these seasons, Vegas, Forest, and then coming here? What's your MO? Like, how are you able to do it?
I think for me, I just got to stay consistent. I mean, in the past, I've been a pretty versatile player. I've played on the first line with Eichel and Marchi. I've played on the fourth line with Colasar and Law. So I think what's helped me the most being in Vegas, being around an older team, is learning your role and learning to take pride in it. Guys that are on the fourth line, everyone wants to play more minutes, but you're on the fourth line, you take it and you run with it, and you be the best you can. You're on the first line, same thing. So just my versatility and always staying physical, being a positive guy on the bench, and it's not hard to do those things. So I think that's what's helped me throughout the way so far.
You look at a lot of the guys who came in this offseason, some size, physicality, play with an edge. How do you see that part of your game as being something that you think can really add to the group here?
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I don't think it's too hard to finish your check. I mean, we're going to have a pretty tough team this year, and it shows in the gym. Guys are working out hard. Guys are pushing each other on the ice. So it's that mentality. It's not cool to not try. Maybe some guys are like that, but I think with our team this year, that's how it's going to be. It's going to be cool to push each other and expect the best out of each other. So it's probably.
How do you view opening the season in Prague as maybe a benefit?
That'd be cool. It's nice. It's a new thing, especially for me. And obviously coming into a new team, sometimes you have some jitters and whatever. But it's gonna be new for everybody out there. So that kind of helps your mind a little bit. It's new. It's totally new atmosphere, and no one really has a routine obviously out there. So it kind of helps a new guy like me.
What are some of the points of emphasis from Coach Keefe that he's pushing on the forwards this year? What are some of his euphemisms that he's trying to instill in you guys?
I think the biggest thing is compete. We talked about sprinting to our spots today, and a lot of the drills today were you're sprinting to your spot. There's always a place to be. Always reloading and pushing each other. Right? Like he emphasized that communication from him to a player is going to be great. And likewise, same thing. He came out and saying, "Hey, if you don't like something, talk to me about it," which is pretty cool for a coach to recognize that and be able to connect with his players. So, kind of same thing back and forth. He expects us, player to player, to push ourselves and be positive and compete. So, from the looks of it, our group's going to have no problem doing that.
When you look at the board, you see you're lining up next to Curtis and Nate, some of the heavy hitters here. What was your initial thought on that?
Yeah, it's a meat line right there. So, obviously be fun to play with anybody, but with those guys, you know they're going to do their jobs and probably kill some people on the way in the corners. So I'll be right there waiting for the puck.
Well, why were some of those Vegas teams that you were on, why did they have success? What was the makeup of the team that made them so successful?
There was a lot. I mean, you could obviously talk about the skill that we had in the room on the offense, on the defense, but I think the two things that were big were our depth was one of them. I mean, you look in the playoffs, we had goalie after goalie coming in, and everybody played, right? Everybody stood up to their game and played well, and I think the other thing was just the closeness of our group. You know, it wasn't a cool thing, like I said earlier, to float around and, you know, if you screw up, it's lollygagging or whatever. Like, I mean, if you do that, I think Pietrangelo is going to kill you. So it was cool. I mean, everyone expected the absolute most, and, you know, being around guys like that, older group, everyone's pretty experienced. It made it easy for me as a younger guy to come in and know what's expected.
Obviously, just before coming over for training camp, you were playing in Olympic qualifiers and went down there. What sort of went through your head in that moment when you hit the boards there, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, now I feel really good, yeah, but first thoughts there, it was like, I hope just no surgery, yeah. But yeah, it looked way worse than I actually feel now, and yeah, I'm really like, I can be here for day one.
And then just with the experience that you got last year, coming up maybe a little unexpectedly because of Dougie, how do you think that's going to make you a better player going forward here? And what did you learn most that you were able to take from it?
Yeah, I learned a lot. Yeah, it's obviously for me better than I played 60 games last year, and now I know what I can expect from the season here, and yeah, I learned a lot of things, and now it's just on me.
Do you think it's important, or what do you sort of like about the makeup of the defense now, bringing in Brendan Dillon, Brett Pesce? It seems like there's a better balance of veteran and younger guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these two guys, they are really good in defensive defensemen, and I can learn from them a lot of stuff, what I need to improve.
You mentioned that you're feeling well, and are you anticipating missing any time here, or you think you're good to go?
Now I'm ready for the practice, and I will see what's going to happen next days.
And playing with Thomas Tatar over in that qualifier, you spent a lot of time with him, getting ready to play for Team Slovakia.
Oh yeah, we already played 3 tournaments together. Yeah, we know each other, and it's really good because we don't have like many guys in the NHL, and I'm really excited to play with him here.
What was your just initial reaction when you heard that he was coming back?
We actually spoke about that a little bit during the World Championship, and then I think after 2 weeks they signed him, and yeah, I just texted him and like congrats, and like yeah, finally we're gonna play together.
Obviously, go ahead.
Is there anything in particular, Simone, that you feel as though you need to stress or improve upon entering this season, playing a full season, and really benefiting and being successful?
Yeah, I won't play a full season. I just need to be like healthy and be ready for the pressure and all the stuff. Yeah, and yeah, I think I did like big step last year, and now I'm ready to show like what I can do on the ice.
And what were some of those steps that you think you added?
Yeah, it wasn't easy for me last year here, but yeah, I learned I have to be ready like 100%, like every game, every practice, and yeah, it's the biggest step.
How much are you looking for? Obviously Slovak, and we're going to be in Czechia. How much are you looking forward for that opportunity? And I'm sure you'll have a lot of family coming over.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's different country, but it's like home, and yeah, I'm really excited, and I need so many tickets for these 2 games, and but it's good.
What's the one place or thing we have to do in Prague when we're there?
I don't really know that city, but you should try the beer there. Yeah.
Big camp here for you guys, and obviously there's a competition on the blue line here for maybe a spot on the roster and maybe some extra guys going to Prague. How are you feeling about your chances here?
It's always good to have some competition there, and there's a lot of bodies now, and I think it's just push everyone doing everything harder and better, and I think it's only a good thing.
Obviously, it's your first camp, first time with Sheldon Keefe here. What was your initial impression of him as a head coach?
I think it was tough first day, but it was good. It's always good to get back on the ice with the boys and get everything started. And yeah, I think it was a good day.
What did your off season consist of, Santeri?
I was working a lot of at the gym. I got some muscle and on the ice, of course, too. And yeah.
Anything in particular working on?
Try to get my shoulders back to healthy, and now they are healthy. So yeah.
What did you feel you learned the most from the playing time you got up here last year?
Everything happens so fast in the NHL, and you have to be ready, and you have to be ready to battle, and you have to take care of your own end, and everything else is just a plus what you do there. Yeah.
Obviously, it's early, but today you're out there with Shimon as a partner. What's he like having as a partner?
He's great with the puck. Great hockey IQ. It's so easy to play with him. We played together in a short time in the Utica last year, and we paired in the rookie tournament last year. And yeah, he's an unbelievable player, and yeah, it's good to play with him.
As far as your abilities, what are you coming into camp hoping to prove that you can do as a player?
Of course, I'm a good skater. I'm kind of big body, so I try to take care of our own end and get some pucks there and plays there in the own end. Yeah.
Excited to start the season in Prague?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
A couple times in junior national teams. Yeah.
Okay. You said one of your goals is to be on that plane. How are you feeling about that?
Of course, I think it's everyone's goal here, and I think I just have to push on that spot.
Wondering your initial impressions of Coach Keefe and just how things were with your new teammates.
Yeah, he runs a great practice. It was tough. It was tough, but it was a lot of stuff that was good to work on. We had a good skate drill to start it off. Had a little break, then go back out there, and it was a lot of things that. Different looks, like getting forechecked as a D that I haven't seen in a while. It was nice to, some box outs, like things that you don't really do too much of in the summer. So it was nice to kind of get in, that game rhythm again. And like I said, it was very dialed practice. It was really good.
You got here a couple weeks ago, had an opportunity to play with a lot of guys just in a captain skate scenario. How important was that to you, knowing that you're coming into this lineup and that there is potentially there's that competition on that blue line?
Yeah, of course. I think for me it was important to get in early to answer the first part of your question and meet the guys. I think obviously hockey's the ultimate team sport, and it's a lot easier to come into the rink every day and work hard when it's guys that you really enjoy being around, and those things take time. So for that part, yeah, it was great. And then of course there's going to be competition. I mean, we're a great team, and there's going to be competition everywhere in the NHL. It's a tough league, and I think that kind of, the strength of the wolf is in the pack, the strength of the pack is in the wolf. So it's just going to elevate my game, it's going to make me better, and I'm looking forward to it.
How important were the last 2 years or so in Montreal to help you develop your game to where you are now?
Yeah, I really cherish those years in Montreal. It was, my first start in the league, really. I played 4 games with Winnipeg, but I played two full seasons in Montreal, and it's an amazing place to play. They have an amazing group and coaches that I learned a lot from. And I find as a defenseman in this league, like you need time. You need those game situation reps, and your game, as long as you have the passion, the love for the game, and the hard work, you're going to, keep moving forward and keep growing. And I think Montreal really allowed me to do that. So, yeah, I love my time there.
Jonathan, coming into this camp, what are just some of the areas of your game that you're hoping to establish and prove to the coaching staff that this is the kind of player that you are?
Yeah, I want to be someone that's reliable. I want the team to rely on me, to play hard, bring the physicality, and at the same time get pucks to our forwards in good positions. Breakouts, neutral zone. I want to, not bring too much risk to the game, but make the plays when they're there. And we have a really good, ton of skill up front, and really I want to see those guys, do the work. And I think first and foremost, I'm a defender. I'm really confident in my ability to defend, to shut plays down. And I think I can, bring that to the team.
Can you share with us, John, like some of the messaging that Coach Keefe brought to the team prior to your group going out on the ice?
Yeah, he said he wanted a lot of pace. That was something sprint to our spots, whether that be on the forecheck, on the defensive zone arrivals. So a lot of it, you know, you need pace to get there. There's physicality as well. It's a lot of his messaging as well. So all really good stuff, and I'm sure I'll be able to give you a lot more wording as the season gets on. You know, we're day one, and I think I was a little lightheaded after the first skate. So, but yeah, I'll give you more next time.
And perhaps you answered it, and I apologize if you did when you got traded, but what was your reaction? Did you see it coming at all?
I saw it coming a bit, yeah. I would say that there was a lot of defensemen, a lot of young defensemen in Montreal, and I know they have, you know, a lot of stock in some of those guys, first-round picks that they need to, you know, bring up. And just, you know, the business side of hockey, contract-wise, all that. I kind of had a feeling that it could happen, so it didn't catch me completely by surprise. And when I heard it was Jersey, I was pumped, like, immediately. I mean, playing against Jersey last year, I know they didn't make the playoffs, but you know, the last 2 years, you know how much potential and how much excitement there is around the group. So immediately I was pretty pumped, and I do think that I can bring something that maybe the team needs, and that being, you know, size, range, defending. I think it could be a really good fit.
I know you're new here, and you know it's only the first day, but is there sort of that feeling within you guys that like last year was that anomaly, and you know you're going to bounce back this year in a big way?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say just because I wasn't here last year. So, you know, for me, I'm kind of focused on what's ahead this year, and I could tell you there's a lot of excitement internally. You know, don't want to put the wagon in front of the horse, or however you say it, whatever one it is. But I don't want to. Don't want to put the wagon in front of the horse. But there's a lot of excitement within us, and I feel like, you know, it's going to take time, but we have that inner confidence, and hopefully we can show that and keep building that up as the year goes on.
With so many new faces, do you think there's some benefits here to starting the season in Prague?
Yeah, I think everything's an opportunity at the end of the day, you know, and I think going to Europe as a team, that would make us, what a great opportunity to come closer as a team, you know. It's like a field trip, you know, like, I don't know, you get to spend a lot of time together when you're on the road, and I think starting the season in Prague is just gonna, you know, it's like a road trip on steroids. So it'll be really cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.